The hidden pain of externalized identity, when visibility becomes a substitute for emotional safety. At its core, people who post everything are not seeking attention. You don't post because you're shallow. You don't post because you're obsessed with yourself. You post because somewhere along the way, being seen became the only way you felt safe. You tell yourself it's just sharing. Just memories, just fun. Just connection. But if you're honest, really honest, there's a quiet tension every time you hit post. A pause, a breath held, a subtle waiting. Did they see it? Did they react? Did it matter? You refresh without realizing you're refreshing. You check notifications like you're checking your pulse. Not because you're addicted to the app, but because attention has become your nervous system's reassurance signal. Here's the paradox most people never name. The same visibility that once protected you is now quietly controlling you. Social media didn't create this need. It simply gave it a stage. And once your sense of worth learns that it can be measured, it forgets how to exist quietly. Psychologically, what you're witnessing is externalized self-regulation. In simple terms, instead of calming your emotions internally, you regulate them through external feedback. Likes become validation, comments become reassurance, views become proof that you exist. Neuroscientifically, this is tied to the dopaminergic reward system. Dopamine isn't pleasure, it's anticipation. It's the chemical of waiting for approval. Every post creates a loop. Expectation, feedback, relief, emptiness, repeat. But deeper than dopamine is something more structural, attachment conditioning. If early emotional safety depended on performance, being interesting, being visible, being impressive, your nervous system learned a dangerous lesson. If I am not noticed, I am not safe. Social media becomes a digital caregiver, always available, always responsive, always watching, and slowly your identity shifts from being to being perceived. Philosophically, this mirrors what Jean-Paul Sartre called the look. The moment we stop experiencing ourselves from the inside and begin existing through the imagined gaze of others. You don't post who you are, you post who you hope will be accepted. Here's the part no one talks about. The cost isn't addiction, the cost is fragmentation. When your life becomes content, moments stop belonging to you. They become previews, captions, evidence. Joy becomes incomplete until it's shared. Pain becomes confusing unless it's witnessed. Silence becomes unbearable. Carl Jung warned about this long before social media existed. He said when a person over-identifies with their persona, the mask shown to the world, the self starves in the shadows. That starvation feels like restlessness, even during success, emptiness after validation, anxiety when unseen, a quiet fear of disappearing. You sacrifice authenticity for belonging. You trade privacy for reassurance. You exchange presence for proof. And the grief is invisible because everyone claps while you're doing it. This doesn't stay online. It leaks into real life. You might notice you feel anxious doing meaningful things without documenting them. You struggle to enjoy moments privately. You over-explain yourself in relationships. You feel unseen even when surrounded by people. You mistake attention for intimacy. You fear irrelevance more than loneliness. These aren't personality flaws. They are coping strategies, strategies that once kept you emotionally connected, but now keep you dependent on mirrors. Healing begins not by deleting apps, but by witnessing the pattern without shame. You don't ask, "What's wrong with me?" You ask, "What did this behavior protect me from?" That question changes everything. Healing looks like learning to exist unwitnessed, to let moments be complete without evidence, to feel without broadcasting, to rest without proving. This is called internal reparenting, becoming the emotional witness you once searched for outside yourself. It is choosing softness over performance, presence over perception, wholeness over visibility. Rainer Maria Rilke once wrote, "Try to love the questions themselves." This is one of those questions. You don't need to disappear from the world. You need to return to yourself, because you were never meant to be consumed. You were meant to be lived. If this resonated, share it with someone who lives through the screen but feels unseen. Subscribe to Why We Are, where we don't fix people. We help them remember who they were before they learned to perform.